Hey everyone, it's been a while since my last video. A few things I need to do in real life, so I wasn't able to get any cooking videos out. But we got a new one today, and today we are making saag. It is a vegetarian, Indian, Pakistani dish that is mainly revolved around greens, so spinach, collard greens, mustard greens, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, without further ado, let's get started cooking this saag. Let's go. Okay everyone, it has been a little while, but let's get started with making this saag. So we got to get our ingredients. So yeah, let's just do that. Okay, so here we have a few ingredients. We got the saag is this kind of green dish, which is mainly made with spinach, baby spinach I'm using today. I would suggest to do that. And I've also got some kale. You can choose all different types of green stuff. So a lot of them use collard greens or mustard greens, because that has a good flavour, but I'm going to be using kale, so hopefully that's okay. And I've got some ginger, garlic and all that. So I'm just going to roughly chop a few things and wash the greens, and then we're going to put it into a pressure cooker to cook it all down. So this is a very simple dish when it all comes down to it. There's just a few things you got to do beforehand. Cook it in Instant Pot or pressure cooker makes things a lot easier. So yeah, I'm going to prep all the stuff, get that sorted and bring out the pressure cooker. Alright, so into the pot goes the washed and roughly chopped kale, and next up we have the baby spinach. In goes the roughly chopped spinach that's been washed. Look at that. That's a lot of greenery. That's what you want to eat your greens, right? Now we're just going to add a few more things to this before we chuck it into pressure cooker to cook through. So yeah, you can roughly chop it because we are going to be doing a bit of a emulsifying or blending with a stick mixer just to get it a bit smooth, but also keep we still want some of the consistency. You don't want to be a super smooth paste, although some people do like that. I guess it just depends what you like. But yeah, next up we're going to do the rest of the ingredients, and we'll just chuck those in as I prep them. Okay, so now we have about, I don't know, about 5cm knob, or just a bit more of ginger. I have a feeling from all the recipes I've seen, it's kind of just a bit wishy-washy, just add in what you think is right. So yeah, and I didn't peel it because, I don't know, I'm also quite lazy, so yeah, we're adding some roughly chopped ginger. Next up we have 2 green chilies, and I'm just gonna, roughly chop these and chuck them all in. 2 roughly chopped green chilies. Now these aren't too hot, I just had a bit of a taste to them. So yes, gonna do the seeds as well. Obviously, you just add in the amount of chilies required for your spice tolerance. Some people, it's a lot more than others. So next up, we are going to be adding in 2 cloves of garlic to this. So yeah, and we're just gonna slice them up. Another roughly chopped. Then we have 2 cloves of garlic chopped. Some of them are a bit more chopped than others. That's okay. And the next sort of ingredient we're going to add in is some red onion. Now, some recipes don't have the red onion at this stage, and others do. I'm just going to add it in because I think you can't really go wrong with adding onion to like this sort of dish here. And we're going to be using some onion for the. So there's kind of 2 parts to the saag. There's the saag, which is this part, and I think the whole dish is saag. I'm not sure, I probably butchered that, I'm very sorry. But there's the green part, and then there's a tempering of spices and all sorts of stuff that you put with it as well. Yeah, we're just going to do starting off with the greens and this stuff. So yeah, red onion, we're just going to do a whole red onion and roughly chop this as well. Okay, 1 red onion, chopped. I wouldn't say it's finely chopped at all. Alright, now, that's all the kind of aromatics and greens we're adding in. Next we're going to be adding in some spices and seasonings and stuff like that. Okay, yeah, so we're going to be adding in some spices. We've got some just red chili powder. We're just going to add roughly a tablespoon. Yeah, that should be good. We are going to be adding in ground turmeric, about another tablespoon. Yeah, I think that's good. Like I was mentioning, a lot of these recipes I don't think have too precise stuff. You just add in all the ingredients and then you just kind of work it out yourself on how you like it. Next we're going to add in a bit of salt. Yep. I think that's good. I think we've got everything in there that we need for now. And then next we're just going to add in water to kind of cover it up, and I'll just do a bit of a mix as well. So yeah, we're just going to kind of cover it all, and we shall see how it turns out. Okay, so I think maybe just a little bit more water. It's hard to say because in a pressure cooker it will. I think this is just good. We'll just add a little touch more. There we go. I think that's good. I'll just give it a bit of a mix around, just so we can penetrate the flavors everywhere. Okay, so I'm just going to clear out this bench, and then we're going to bring the pressure cooker right here. Okay, here we have our Ninja Foodie, which is an air fryer as well as a pressure cooker, as well as a slow cooker. So we'll chuck in our Saag mixture there, put on our pressure cooker lid, and let's start it. And we're going to put it on to, oh, you guys probably can't really see it too well, but it's going to be put on pressure, high, and we're going to do it for 1 hour. 1 hour, and we'll see how that goes. Yeah, first I'm trying it, see how it goes. I mean, what could go wrong, I suppose? It's all going to be cooked through, and slightly, I guess, mushy, but we shall see. So yeah, we'll let that go for an hour and see how it turns out afterwards. This could be a complete failure, or could be quite yummy. Only time will tell. So yeah, catch you all in about an hour. Okay, so it's been it's been pressure cooked for about an hour, and it's just in the keep warm stage at the moment. So I'm just gonna let it off, which will be fun, always is. Okay, let's just bring this a little bit in so you can see. Oh, look at that. A bit on the brown side, but that's not too bad. I think that's what we're after. It smells really good, which is always a good sign. Let's have a look, shall we? So yeah, as you can see, it's quite watery. It's wilted down quite a bit. Smells really good, which is what you want. So at this point, I'm just gonna be putting in, I think, yeah, at this point, what are we gonna do? We're gonna put in some corn flour to thicken it up. First we'll emulsify it, or I mean blend it up a little. So yeah, I'm just gonna, just blend this up a little. Man, the onion and the spices go straight into the nose. Yeah, you can see quite watery, but I blended it up a little bit more, but it still has a bit of texture, which is what we want. Now, so yeah, it's a bit more of a kind of, yeah, soupy consistency, I suppose. And to thicken up, we're gonna put a bit of corn flour in there. And I think we're gonna put in about 2 tablespoons. This will help thicken it up. We can always add a little bit more. That, bit of a mix around, a bit more thick. And we're just gonna put it to the side, and we're just gonna let it put on the saute mode, and we're just gonna let it sort of let off some of the water. And what's the word? I am really struggling with words at the moment. I just can't think of the words that I'm trying to say. But yeah, we're gonna just bubble it up and let it concentrate a little bit with the corn flour, and it should come to a nice thick consistency eventually. I'll just move this over to the side and do that. And while that's happening, we're going to be making a tadka, which is a aromatics, tempering of spices. So you get your more onion, cumin, some red chili powder, garlic. Again, that all kind of caramelize and that sort of flavor in there as well. And I think a bit of chili, and that gets added to it. But at this stage, once you concentrate it down a little and you get to the consistency you are after, you can freeze it. You can put it aside and then just make a tadka whenever you want to eat it. So what I'll probably end up doing is, we'll have to see how much we have left over. A bunch, I might do half of it, might put in the freezer, just so I can eat it whenever I want. And the other half I'll have as meals for the week. But yeah, so I'm just gonna move this over to the side. So yeah, we're actually gonna just let this simmer for quite a while. Maybe we'll do about 30 minutes of simmering. I'll just check on it, and when it's looking the consistency we want, we would then begin the tadka. Because the tadka shouldn't take too long to get it all sorted. Okay, so this is after about, I don't know, half an hour simmering. I think I'll turn it up to medium. It was on high, which might have boiled it. I'm not really sure what's going on. But yeah, it's getting a lot thicker. You can see how much water's been decreased. So it's definitely getting thicker. So now we're going to be doing the tadka. And since there's not too, like, you can see there's currently a little bit there. We're just going to add it all to this. We're not going to freeze anything. And yeah, we'll go from there and see how it turns out. So yeah, let's go make the tadka. Okay, first we are going to need to chop up a few things. Some onion, garlic and that. So let's get that sorted. Alright, here we go. We've got our one onion chopped and 2 cloves of garlic sliced. And they're not super finely chopped, the onion, just kind of diced, sort of, and just sliced up the garlic. So just leave that to the side. Let's bring out our induction hob and let's start making the tadka. So we have our induction hob. Let's get a pan that works on it. Let's go 7. And the first thing we're going to add is some ghee. So we're going to add a bit of that, a nice amount. This will probably add a bit of the thickness as well. All the tadka. There we go. We want a nice amount of ghee. Get it all melted. So yeah, there's a bit of a thin layer of ghee now, and it's melted. So first thing, we're going to be adding in cumin seeds, or as I recently found out, it's called jira. I don't know how much we're going to put in. Get that sizzling and smelling nice. I think we'll add a little bit more. So it's smoking a little bit now, so we'll just add in our garlic as well. Oh, that smells. Right. Oh, garlic just has such a good smell to it. And now we will add in our onion. Like that. And we want, at this stage, we'll add in some more red chili powder as well, which for some reason I chucked in the fridge. And we'll add a bit of salt. And now we basically just want to get this all kind of caramelized, get all those aromatics and the onion all kind of working together. That smells good. Now a few of the recipes I've seen have done a few different things. They've added some tomato to this as well. Decided against the tomato this time, just to see how it goes with this. But it's looking very good. Like, I mean, you can't really go wrong with ghee, garlic, onion, some red chili powder, salt. Then once it's all caramelized, ready to go, not sure how long that will take. Shouldn't be too much longer. We're just going to tip it straight into the saag. And then we're going to mix it together and hopefully make a cool sizzling noise. Okay, that's looking pretty good now, I think. Turn it off. Alright, and I'm just going to tip this straight into the saag. Move this to the side. Oh, get a bit of a view. Oh yeah, that should be not too bad. Alright, let's just tip this in, shall we? No sizzle. Oh well. Get this all mixing together. And it's looking, it's still quite watery, so I'm not sure if it's at a good consistency or not. And to this we're going to be adding in some garam masala. Nice and quiet now. So we've added in the garam masala, we've added in the tadka. It is still, yeah. Consistency is not too bad. I think it's probably still a bit on the watery side. Let's see if we can move. We'll move some things around it and then we'll continue mixing it around. Okay, so this is what we are working with. I think it's getting pretty close consistency. I think once it cools down a bit, a lot of the steam that's still currently going off will kind of make it a bit more thicker, plus all the extra oil and ghee kind of all emulsifying together. I think, yeah, it's starting to come up quite nicely now. So I'm just going to let that sit there for a little while and cool down and clear the area a little bit, and let's give it a taste test, shall we? And there we have it. Saag. Lovely saag. So let's give this a taste test, shall we? Seems like, yeah, the consistency is getting pretty good. So let's get to it. So yeah, here we have our saag. And I've got a little bit of naan bread to the side as well. Let's give it a taste test, shall we? Bit of spice coming through. Still kind of on the slightly watery side, but only just. The tadka really thickened it up with the ghee. It's super nice. This is nice. This is nice. This turned out really good. Very surprised. Yeah, got a little bit of naan. So yeah, still a bit on the watery side for my liking, I think. But it's definitely thickened up a bit. I think as well, maybe I shouldn't put as much water because there's a lot of water in the baby spinach and the kale. I mean, those flavors aren't doing too bad either. Blending was a good idea because it gets it a lot more, yeah, combined, but still has a bit of texture. Because I don't think you'd want this as a complete soup, like a smooth soup. I don't think that's the way to go. I think it's definitely good like this. Corn flour, it's a good idea to thicken it up from recipes. And then the kind of like chunks of onion around the place really brings it as well. And it's spicy, I've got my nose is runny. But yeah, that is saag. Quite a simple dish to make. And there's quite a bunch here. So it's great for, you know, making some for throughout the week, and you can freeze some before you put the tadka in, like I mentioned. Yeah, thank you all for watching this video, and until next time, peace.